Hey, I'm Adam, and this is Alicia, Shane, Leo, and Alice.
Hey, we're the Condits!
We're moving back to Wisconsin to open a family-owned specialty running store. We'd love to tell you all about it and geek out about shoes, gear, training, and all of our services. But first, we want to tell you our story and why we're so excited to be back in Eau Claire. The very first connection that my family has to the Eau Claire area is through my grandpa and my great-grandpa and great-grandma. They lived on a farm outside of Durand. My grandpa was an only child and was kind of the first condit that was off the farm, and he eventually came in and went to the university at UW Eau Claire.
I also have some roots in Eau Claire. My mom went to school there. She attended CVTC, and I just remember all these stories of my dad telling how they didn't meet there, but that's kind of where they fell in love and hung out.
It's where my parents met. They went to the university and met there. My sister went to the university. My aunt went to the university. My grandpa ended up teaching at the university.
We both attended the University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire, same year, and we came in the summer and both were on the cross-country team. A few memories I have from Eau Claire with us dating and just being on campus is walking up the big hill, and we did tons of runs on the Putnam Trail down there. But then beyond college, Adam and I both always continued to race.
I've been fortunate enough to kind of stay injury-free and compete after college. I like kind of doing any distance, anything from 5K to 10K to a marathon to something longer than a marathon. I ran Western States 100-mile race a few years ago.
We moved out to the DC area for Adam's job. I worked for Potomac River Running, and that's really where my training began. I would help customers, and we had a full product line, and so I got to know all about different running types of products and hydration and shoe types. I eventually helped with group runs and had my first child out there, and so at that time I actually worked a little bit more behind the scenes and working for the owners and helping her with different race events and things like that.
Yeah, I think out in the DC area is where we first kind of fell in love with and experienced the local running community, where it doesn't really matter, how fast you are, if it's your first time doing a 5K, if it's your 10th time doing a marathon, all these same people can come together and kind of experience the same process of training, of just having fun, of being competitive, and you can kind of go at your own pace. That's where we saw a locally family-owned store provide that environment.
I'm also excited about welcoming different people into our store. I love running as a family now. Our oldest will bike, we have a double stroller, the other two will come along, and that brings me such joy. We hope to even have like a little kids area.
One thing that people might not think of is that it might be called a running store, but what I'm really excited about is bringing products, but also good knowledge to people that are on their feet all day, like people at hospitals and nurses. And I used to be a high school teacher, so I know teachers are on their feet all day, and people that like to walk, and they might not think of themselves as a runner. The marathon is getting bigger. There's these fantastic groups like Moms on the Run, Indian Head Track Club, and many others. There's these different ways that we've experienced a specialty running store with greater community, but also just having a better running experience with people that are trained and ready to kind of come alongside you.
Hey, we're